On behalf of Mr. Yuvraj, the author of Arrest NPAs, I take great pleasure in extending a very, very warm and a very, very hearty welcome to the dignitaries on and off the dais. A very warm welcome to Shri T.N. Manoharan sir, my teacher, to Mr. D.P. Yadav, who is also my neighbor, Mr. Muttaya, Mr. G.V. Raman, and Mr. Ganesh. And I happen to know 4 of these people on the dais personally. And he's doesn't matter. A friend is a friend always. Doesn't. So here's a very hearty good evening to all of you once again. So
the ripple effects of NPAs, it affects the society at large. To give you a perspective, the total deposits of all scheduled commercial banks in the country is around 137 lakh crores, and advances given by all the commercial banks in the country is around 104 lakh crores, of which 9 lakh 38. The ripple effects of NPAs, it affects the society at large. To give you a perspective, the total deposits of all scheduled commercial banks in the country is around 137 lakh crores, and advances given by all the commercial banks in the country is around 104 lakh crores, of which 9 lakh 38,000 crores is an NPA. Now, once an account becomes an NPA, you don't earn interest on those NPAs. Further, you also need to provide for losses. Banks operate on wafer thin margin, and the profit is mainly on interest income, interest earned and interest expended. So interest earned is on the loan, interest expended is on the deposits. So when account becomes NPA, essentially the load on the losses is shared by the depositors as well as the borrower accounts. If the NPA is not this much high, perhaps the banks can give more to the deposit holders in terms of interest on the deposits, and for the borrowers for various loan accounts. Don't think that it is only for industry will get a benefit of lower interest rate. Even for our personal loan, car loan, credit card, everything it has got impact. You will get a lower interest rate. The banks will charge lower interest rate on the loan products.
Mr. Yuvraj, Mr. Manoharan Yuvraj, first, because we have known each other for past more than 25 years. And the first time I met him was in the Lions movement. And I was the Lions governor. He was the president of the club, Seaview Club. Seaview Club. I remember, 25 years, long time back. Then I had watched his progress in the movement, Lions movement, as well as a charter movement. Not had many opportunities to meet each other, except some telephone calls here and there. And then one thing which makes me remember him every day, not him, his wife, because when I took up the position as the governor, the first thing I said was, the mega culture should stop. That is, mementos, garlands, shawls, all that should stop. I don't want anybody to give me anything. And so therefore people were kind enough to follow it. But then Yuvraj got around it in a very intelligent way, I should say.
Mr. Yuvraj, I know for a very, very long time, and we had been discussing a lot of things from very, very long time. And I was in Chennai Corporation as Deputy Commissioner from 2000 and 2004. That was the beginning, I think, we had. And and in the process, we had been meeting continuously so many issues. very, very active and socially agile person, and a very socially conscious person, who has a very constructive view on the society and things to take place. So that is my association with him. And when he was writing this book some 6 months back, he came that how, what and other things, I could not give him any solution actually. So I don't know what we were discussing, you will be remembering, of course, but the book became a reality, and it is today it is being released, and it is not a small thing. See, I always think about writing even an article I have never been able to write, and writing a book is a big thing. So really congratulations to you, sir, and at a particular right time, as it has been said by Mr. Ganesh and Mr. Raman, that it's at a very, very appropriate time this book has come.
Created in good times, when the economy is doing wonderfully well, when everything appears to be rosy, the entrepreneurs are tempted to borrow lavishly, indiscriminately, and the bankers are also thinking that the propelling growth is bound to continue and will be sustainable. They also lend liberally. So NPAs never get created during bad times. In fact, now we are in bad times. The asset quality is very robust. Every rupee that is lent is bound to come back to the coffers of the bankers, because every precaution is taken, and even borrowers are very careful and diligent in seeking the borrowers. In fact, present day banker in these tough times has turned out to be a banker who sanctions the loan after all evidence is placed by the borrower to prove that he is not in need of the money. To that extent, the security, collateral, guarantee, all that is taken.
The release of Arrest NPAs. May we request the chief guest to release the book? Let's mark the beginning of releasing the books. Let it be a beginning for erasing the concept of NPAs in India. May we request C. Rajendra Kumar P., Central Council Member, to join the dais.
அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். Padmashri Sri T.N. Manoharan, Chairman Canara Bank and past President of our institute. Mr. D.P. Yadav, Chairman Overseas Manpower Corporation. Mr. M.A.M.R. Muttaya, Chairman Chettinad Group of Companies. Mr. G.V. Raman, Executive Chairman Sriram Group of Companies. Mr. Ganesh, National Head for Strategic Solutions Group, ICICI Bank. Ms. Sri Priya, a Chartered Accountant. My fellow Chartered Accountants, bankers and other friends, good evening to you all. At the outset, I'd like to thank everyone, because this will be a Thanksgiving speech also, acceptance as well as a Thanksgiving speech also. I thank everyone for having made to this function today, in spite of being a weekend, especially in the Margari Masam, many people go for this, those kacheris, no? So still, I'm very happy so many people turned out. Thank you so much. And I recognize the presence of Mr. Balasubramaniam, former IG of police. He has come, I saw him there. He is sitting there. Sir, come, front on. Okay. And somebody was talking about most of the people are talking about the title, arrest NPS. I was also wondering how did I get that name, arrest? Maybe because of too many friends in police department, I got that I do not know. My father was working in IG's office. So maybe those are all the things which made me think about arrest NPS. And initially the title which I had was something different. Then maybe I thought it may go against the government or something like that, so I dropped half of it. The original title was Arrest NPS, not the people. Because that is what is happening. No, we just leave them to do whatever they feel like, and finally we arrest them, which is not required. As everyone said, running a business is not a joke. I know being a chartered accountant, though I am a chartered accountant, I understand the difficulties of running a business. It's very, very, very difficult. Because they are the people who are, who help us, who help India grow to this level. Mr. Manoharan was pointing out the ease of doing business and the way India has grown. It is only because of the business people. So I know how difficult it is.